health insurance. Plus, all our research is free to you. So call us. With just one call, we'll shop from hundreds of different insurance companies to find you the right affordable health insurance plan. So if you're worried about losing your Medicaid insurance, call right now. Speak with a licensed agent and find how you may qualify for a new health insurance plan.
800-275-7851. 800-275-7851. 800-275-7851. That's 800-275-7851. Paid for by the Health Insurance Hotline.
The Global Philadelphia Association is hosting the 9th Annual World Heritage City Celebration on Thursday, September 5th. This event celebrates Philadelphia's World Heritage designation and our reputation as a global city, and includes cocktails, dinner, and an opportunity to network with their global community and leadership. Dan Hilferty, Chairman and CEO of Comcast Spectacor, is being honored this year. He will receive the Globee Award for Distinguished Global Leadership. For more information and for tickets, go to globalphiladelphia.org. Join Philadelphia City Council President Kenyatta Johnson on Saturday, August 24th from 12 noon to 8 p.m. at 22nd and Point Breeze Avenue in South Philadelphia for his annual Community Appreciation Day. The festival's featured artists are Maya, Silk, and rappers Kwame and Core. The event will also offer free food, entertainment, and fun for the whole family. Kids can get free book bags and school supplies while supplies last. Attend Council President Johnson's annual Community Appreciation Day Festival on Saturday, August 24th from noon to 8 p.m., rain or shine. For more information, contact Council President Johnson's office at 215-686-3412. That's 215-686-3412.
Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L. O. G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello. Hello, and welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday, August the 19th. Whew. September is already right around the corner. I pray that you all had a great weekend. And before I go any further, I just want to extend my gratitude to Roxy Fab for being here in my stead last week. Thank you so much, Love Bug. And to Carl Cox and his entire crew for an exceptional time. Last week I had a great time on last Thursday. But you know I miss you all. Whenever I am not here, I miss you all tremendously. I truly do. I do want to say thank you to Sunshine Brown and to everybody who came out and to those who wanted to do so. How about that? And oh, how about this? A tremendous thank you to our love bug, just Rick, our very own. Yes, indeed. Y'all, okay, I owe y'all an apology. I kept telling you that the concert was going to take place at Wiggins Park last week. It was not. It was not. You can never ask an artist. We never know. It was not at Wiggins Park. It was at Cooper River Park. I am so sorry, but just Rick, he found us. Yes, he did. And he brought some friends along with him. So thank you so much. So much, Eric. And y'all, y'all heard me tell you last week that I'm the cookie monster. Well, he brought me some famous Amos cookies. Y'all know I was in heaven. You know I was in heaven. I did not need no, we're gonna talk about what we need. But it was a great time had by all. Nick, did you have a good weekend? First of all, hello, Nick. How are you? Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I forgot we switched mics in here.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
no, my weekend was pretty good. It I don't actually remember what I did for the weekend. I just remember I was awake and I wasn't late anywhere, so that's good. But um, I just went and I saw one of my old teachers from high school. I had to meet up with him because I haven't seen him in like 10 years. So I was really glad to see him.
Oh, I love that. I used to go out with my grade school teachers once a month. We just stopped doing that a couple of years ago. Yeah, well, yeah, just most recently, a couple of years ago. But I miss them. I miss them tremendously. We would go out to dinner once a month. I would have fun with them. Oh, that is so cool. That's so sweet. I love that. I love that. So, how about this? I went to, well, two things. I went to see Mickey Howard. She was at Blues. She was in Blues Alley, so I drove down to DC to see her, and I had a great time. Great time. My cousin Misty went with me. She was like, "I'm going to go." I said, "Well, come on." And then I went to the movies. So you all don't know that I'm a huge movie buff. I am a huge movie buff. But I went to see Alien. I couldn't wait. I just could not wait for that movie to come out. Alien Romulus. Are you a movie buff, Nick? Are you a movie fanatic?
Yeah, I mean, I really like movies, but I'm pretty bad at like seeing them when they're in theaters. I always seem to catch them when they're on a streaming service.
Really? Well, I do both. If I like it enough, I will watch it. I don't care how many times. I will go to see it. Like, okay, so let me just tell you, I am that person that sets alerts. Like I have like about three different movie apps on my phone, and I will set an alert to make me aware when movies are coming out and all of that good stuff. I'm that person. I am she. Yes. So I went to see Alien Romulus. I still haven't. I won't even unless somebody else sees it. I'll wait. If another family member sees it, I'd like to hear their comment, hear what they thought about it. Yes, yes, yes. But in any event, for those of you who are unaware, the DNC started today. That's right. The 4-day convention in Chicago began today. How about that? I know you knew, but there's some that didn't. So I figured I would share. Oh, how about this, family? Philadelphia ranked among the top 10 cities with the rudest residents, according to a new study. This study shared the researchers at Clever Real Estate surveyed 1,000 adult Americans in June of this year to determine where Americans want to live. Each person surveyed answered about 25 questions related to where they want to live, which areas of the United States they preferred, and what they believe made a city or state desirable. And it was determined that Philadelphia is among one of the top 10 cities that has the rudest residents. Do you believe that? Do you think that's true? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. We're love bugs here. I can feel the energy of some of you. After I
I
said
don't know
that,
about some of these drivers though.
wait. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. How about that? That's a good point. Okay, that's a good point. That right there is a good point because I've been hit by a few of them. So that's a good point. uh, so family, remember last week I was talking with you about dinner in white or le dîner en blanc. Did y'all see the pictures? Did any of you see the pictures online? It looked amazing. Amazing. Now, when I shared it about when I shared the event with you last week, it was told to us that there would be about 5,000 people. It looked to be more than that. It looked amazing, absolutely amazing. And in any event, it is time for our Black History 365 moment, family. Okay, so today we recognize Annie Turnbow Malone. So Annie Minerva Turnbow Malone was an American businesswoman, inventor, and philanthropist. In the first 3 decades of the 20th century, she founded and developed a large and prominent commercial and educational enterprise centered on cosmetics for African American women. While experimenting with hair and different hair care products, she developed and manufactured her own line of non-damaging hair straighteners, special oils, and hair stimulant products for African American women. In 1902, she moved to a thriving St. Louis where she and 3 employees sold her hair care products door to door. One of her selling agents was Sarah Breedlove Davis, who later became known as Madam C.J. Walker. In 1918, she established Poro College, a cosmetology school and center. The building included a manufacturing plant, a retail store where Poro products were sold, business offices, a 500-seat auditorium, dining and meeting rooms, a roof garden, dormitory, gymnasium, bakery, and chapel. Do you hear me? It served the African American community as a center for religious and social functions. By the 1920s, Annie Turnbow Malone had become a multi-millionaire, living modestly but giving away thousands to the local Black YMCA and the Howard University College of Medicine in Washington, D.C. Family, that is today's Black History 365 moment. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I read something else I want to share with you all. Tell me if you read this too. The article reads, Philadelphia City Hall to display artwork by former UArt students and staff. So it reads, Council Member Rue Landau says a planned City Hall exhibition of artwork by former students and faculty of the University of the Arts will send a message to those who decided to abruptly close the downtown art school last June. People are very angry about what happened in the University of the Arts. Rightfully so, Landau said. This will allow them to say, you harmed us and we're mad. But look at what we're doing now. We are in City Hall and we're going to be in other places. Shame on you. I said, wow. Wow. That was really interesting. All right, family, I see some of you are checking in. It is time to check in. Let us know that you are joining us today. You know, you can always give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. You know, you can always post a message on our socials, and I promise I will do my absolute best to read it aloud. Love bugs. I want to wish a happy birthday to all of our love lights who are celebrating. Yes, I do. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. That's right. And I'm sending extra love and hugs to each and every one of our love lights whose light is shining dimly today. Yes. I just want you to know that on behalf of your entire tribe and village right here at Love and Life, that we've got you. We have got you, and we're not going anywhere. You are not alone. All right. I see that you are checking in, family. I see. Oh, I can't wait to share that. I've got 2 things to share with you before I go to our socials. The first is that our very own love bug, Tiffany Bacon, is hosting a new show. Tune in to Breaking Bread every Sunday, where Tiffany will broadcast from a different restaurant, eatery, or chef's kitchen, where delicious delights and curious conversation are on the menu. Special guests will join Tiffany for brunch, where the conversations will focus on culture, business, health and well-being, media, literature, and the arts. Family, break bread with us every Sunday from 11 a.m. until noon, right here on Word, Progressive Black Talk Media. Second thing I want to share with you, join Wake Up with Word host Solomon Jones for a special live finale broadcast to celebrate the Summer of Freedom Cultural Series. It's all happening on Thursday, August 22nd from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. at the historic Nile Swim Club. Bring your family and come ready for an afternoon of swimming, food, music, and fun, all wrapped up in culture. Grab your swim gear to cool off with a dip in the famous Nile pool. There will be food provided by Brown's ShopRite featuring Dietz and Watson and hers. And DJ G Flow will bring the energy with your favorite music. Save the date for Saturday, August 22nd at the Nile Swim Club, located at 513 South Union Avenue in Yeadon, PA, just minutes from Philadelphia. Family, this event, including the pool facilities, is free and open to the public. To register, go to wordradio.com/summer finale. This special live broadcast event is brought to you by Comcast, Keystone First, PICO, Museum of the American Revolution, Bank of America, Philadelphia Water Department, African Museum of Philadelphia, Brown's Family ShopRite, Hers Snack Foods, and Dietz and Watson. All right, all right, all right. Sounds like so much fun. Family, I see that you are checking in, and I love it. Nasir, Brother Nasir, he is checking in. Nasir Butler shares peace and blessings with the family. You know we receive them, sending them right back to you as well. Malcolm White shares, I'm watching and I'm listening from West Mount Airy. You know, that's my message. I love it, love it, love it. And Just Rick, did you hear me? Did you hear me tell everybody? Listen, Eric, I was so upset. I said, oh, I felt so badly. I gave everybody the wrong information. But Eric shares, hey, everybody, how is the Love and Life family doing? It's a marvelous Monday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Eric, did you see the pictures? I posted the pictures and everything. Miss Lily is joining us. She shares good evening to everybody. Happy Monday. And Samantha Dukes. Hi there, Love Light. She shares, thank you for mentioning the DNC because they are live now with Maxine Waters speaking. Oh, I love me some Maxine Waters, y'all. Let me just tell you, I really do. Y'all, please take some notes for me because I can't see it right now. Nasir shares he's watching the DNC right now, and he thinks it's true that Philadelphia has some of the rudest people. Really? Not just the drivers? Really? Just people in general? Really? Oh. Miss Viola is joining us. Hi, Love Light. How are you? So happy to have you join us as well. And Samantha follows her message with, we need Tiffany to visit Big Rock's Deli. She'll thank me later. Oh, I'm going to give her this information. Oh, I'm going to give it to her. It's in Newark, New Jersey. You know I'm going to give her that information, Samantha. You know I am. And thank you for that recommendation. All right, family. So we've got a full evening for you tonight, and I can't wait to get into some things. Before we go to commercial break, can somebody fill me in on what our beloved Maxine is sharing with us? I know it just started, but I just feel so left out. I feel so left out because I can't watch it and talk to you at the same time. So tell me, what am I missing right now? What am I missing? Henry is checking in. Hi there, Henry. Sending a hello to you. Hi, Miss Julie. She shares great evening. Reverend Jesse Jackson was just rolled on to the Democratic National Convention stage, albeit standing ovation. Wait, is he in a wheelchair? Nick, are you watching by any chance? Are you able to view it by any chance?
No, I'm actually not too familiar with it.
Okay, I was wondering, is the Reverend Jesse Jackson in a wheelchair? Miss Julie, you shared that he was rolled onto the DNC stage. I must really be behind because I thought, and on what channel are they airing it? Because that's another thing. I'm so behind, y'all. Just behind. Harry Wims is checking in. Hi there, Love Light. So glad that you are. And Miss Julie confirmed that yes, Reverend Jesse Jackson, he is in a wheelchair. I did not know that. Patricia, thank you. Patricia Khan shared on CNN. Thank you, Patricia, our Love Light. Thank you, Henry. Thank you. See, I'm going to get it on what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it on so I can kind of put one eye in between in between. And Miss Joanne, she shares yes. Reverend Jesse Jackson is in a wheelchair. He has Parkinson's, I think. I did not know that. Okay. See, I have to do some more research, you all. But thank you, family, for educating me. I share with you all the time. I don't know everything. So I'm so grateful for your assistance and the education. I truly am. He's had Parkinson's since 2017. Oh, God bless him. Okay. And Ayatunde, hi there, love bug. Ayatunde is joining us as well. Family, I love y'all. Thank you so much. Ms. Julie shares that you can also watch it on ABC. The ABC network is the primary carrier of the DNC. You can watch it on MSNBC as well, shares Nasir. So for any of you family members who did not know, who needed to know, you can watch it on CNN, MSNBC, ABC. We can watch it. If you want to find it, you can watch it. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Yes, progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at Word Radio. When we come back from the commercial break, we've got some family members who are stopping by tonight to talk with us about a few things. I cannot wait for you to meet all of them. Actually, you're familiar with one, but I cannot wait for you to meet all of them and to take part in this conversation. I cannot. It's going to be a great conversation. You're familiar with our love light, future Cain. Well, yes, she is coming back to visit with us, and she's brought some friends. Yes, she has, and I cannot wait. I haven't seen her in so long. What we're going to do, Lisa Love is checking in. Hi, Love Light. Hi, Love Light. I cannot tell you how much it means just to have all of you join us tonight. But in any event, y'all know I'm all over the place. In any event, I was sharing with you that our Love Light future Cain will be joining us after the commercial break, and she's brought some friends with her. Stay with us. You hear me? Because we will be right back.
Make sure you check out Keeping It Real with Reverend Al Sharpton, Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM. Progressive Black Talk Media. Streaming online at wordradio.com, on social, and on the Word Radio app.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. The Divine Vignette. This is a serious time in this nation, and you and I can make a difference. We can vote. Yes, we can vote. Tuesday, November the 5th. Let's know for sure we can do our part. We can make a difference in the city, the state, the nation, and the world. Now, many people stayed up a long time because they didn't like the outcome of the June debate. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy, and I'm ready for this fight. So come along with me. Don't talk about it, be about it. Stick with it. Tuesday, November the 5th. Tuesday, November the 5th. Be alert. There is more to come.
Why is Word important to the community?
Black media disseminates all of the things in our culture.
No, it give our people a voice. You feel me?
I wouldn't see myself.
It gives people that looks like me a chance to relate to what's going on in the world.
We need to see who we actually are. Because it's coming from us is like more important. Like we tap in more to it, if you know what I mean.
I wanted to see what other little Black girls and now what people my age would want to see.
What other way can we all kind of get on the same page and hear it at all if we're not if we don't have media to share it with?
We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and a drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
The Democratic National Convention is underway and Word Radio is in the heart of the action. Solomon Jones is broadcasting live from Chicago, bringing you excitement, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes commentary you won't find anywhere else. Tune in this week for Philadelphia's best coverage of this history-making convention. Stream us live and find out more at wordradio.com. This is your word on democracy. Your vote matters. Our democracy matters. This coverage is part of Every Voice, Every Vote, a collaborative project of the Lenfest Institute for Journalism, with lead support provided by the William Penn Foundation.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hello?
Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. So family, I was sharing with you, we have some love bugs that I when I tell you I can't wait to have this conversation, I cannot wait, okay? But before we move forward, one of our love lights is on the phone. Diane, hi there. Welcome to the conversation, and thank you so much for calling. Diane, hello? Did you leave? There you are. Hi, love light.
I'm so sorry. I heard it was like no sound at first, but I apologize. But I just want to say your programs are so wonderful. I love your program, and you have a great personality. Your personality is so wonderful. And what I call a comment on the rudest city, we number 10. You say we number 10 in rudeness.
We're in the top 10. But first of all, thank you for.
You know what? That's the truth, because I know I'm in South Philadelphia, and Walmart we have down here. I had to go early. It's just the cashiers are rude. They're very rude, and you know. When I go shop, I like to go to New Jersey. New Jersey have better customer service over there than we have in my area. And even, you go to ShopRite, they rude, they just not kind. And then we go to the suburbs, they are so kind. You go to the fast food places here, they're not kind. I just can't take it, So I take my business elsewhere, because I like to be around. If I'm doing business with you and I'm spending my money, I want you to treat me with respect. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you.
And Sears always say customer is king. We had to treat people right, So, customer is king. So I think our customer service need to get better in Philadelphia. So you go in the outskirts, they much better. They have one, nice, pleasant attitude. I don't know, not all of them, because I want to put everyone in one box, but it's enough. It's enough.
You know what? When I say I thank you so much for that comment, because you just brought back some experiences to me that I've had. I know sometimes, y'all, I know I wear rose-colored glasses sometimes, but you just brought back an experience to me that I had where someone was really, well, actually, I just had one. I was telling you last week when I was in distress, or 2 weeks ago with my car. The person was rude, but I'm going to share this and then I'm going to introduce our guest. I went to a Dunkin' Donuts. I was in the drive-thru. They had just introduced their chai, and I love a chai tea. You listen, I love a chai tea. You hear me? So I went to get this chai tea and I asked for it with oat milk. I'd had it once and I wanted it again. So I went, stopped, and the young lady, she said, do you want me to put sugar in it? And I said, oh, no, thank you. And she said, are you sure? And I said, oh, absolutely, I'm sure. So she said, have you had it? And I said, yes. So she said, do you want sugar? I said, no, I do not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She said, do you want the vanilla? I said, no. I just want the chai with oat milk in it. She asked me about 10 questions. And then she said, so you had it before? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, and you liked it? And I said, yes, ma'am. May I have another, please? I was like, well, I went through this at the drive-thru. But in any event, you just brought back that one particular experience to me. So Diane, thank you for your call. Thank you so much. Family, I was sharing with you that our love light, Future Cain, has come back. I've not seen her, haven't talked to her. So I'm excited. I'm on 1,000 every day, but I'm just on 10,000 right now because she's come back to visit. She's brought some friends. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Future Cain is a social emotional leadership and workplace wellness expert who is the CEO and founder of Future of SEL, Social and Emotional Leadership. Yes, which is an organization that focuses on healing, intersectionality, and inclusivity in the workplace. She's brought with her Myisha Hill, who is an author, a speaker, an anti-racism educator, mental health advocate, and entrepreneur. Yes. She's also the founder of Check Your Privilege. Okay. An anti-racism education platform. And it doesn't stop there. Joining them is Desiree Stevens, who is an educator, a counselor, and community builder who uses her TikTok platform to push forward with her anti-oppression, pro-liberation views, and paths to healing. Okay, she's also a public speaker. Family, I can't wait for this conversation. I invite you to the conversation with Future Cain, Myisha Hill, and Desiree Stevens. Yes, I do. Well, hello there, ladies. Look at that. I'm pushing all kinds of. Desiree, where are you? We don't have you. Where's Desiree? There she is. Hi there, ladies. Welcome to Love and Life. Welcome to Word. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Just a pleasure.
Carol, I want to give you a big hug.
I'm so excited.
It's been so long.
It's been so long, and this is like bittersweet for me. So we will have to catch up after this. So I am going to write this one in the books, right?
Okay.
And I'm so appreciative to you. I'm appreciative to my friends who had said that we're going to be courageous today because there's people having these conversations in closed door room. Instead of having them publicly and just centering compassion and healing and love for humanity, which I know all of us are just coming here to do, to shed some light, maybe some issues and curiosities that maybe people didn't reflect on before that they can do tonight. So thank you to you. And thank you to Desiree and Myisha for answering the call.
Yes, indeed. Desiree, I love those glasses. Myisha, we have you. Yeah. Okay. You see, I love some eyewear. Myisha, you are muted, and I believe it's on your end. I want to make sure. There we are. Now I can hear all of your lovely voices. Listen, I know the time goes by so quickly, so I want to jump right in if you don't mind. If you all don't mind. Is that okay with you?
Mhm.
That's all right.
Ooh, that's all right. So, Future, I feel like passing the torch to you and letting you because you all have you all been having these conversations? Well, the conversation that we're about to have in a moment. Have you all been talking amongst the three of you about the candidacy, about Kamala Harris as a candidate? About you've been talking amongst the three of you quite?
Yeah.
We've been talking amongst the three of us and within our own individual communities, right? Each one of us has spaces where people work directly with us. So the conversations are being had beyond the living room. But yeah, there are definitely conversations that need to be had in many
different spaces.
different venues. I was trying to have my ugly window AC, but it's not
right. Nobody would have known that was back there if you had, girl.
you can see it.
Ain't nobody worried about that. Listen, I love the colors and I love the colors. So let me ask you this. Like I shared, I'm going to jump right in. What do you believe Americans can expect? So that's it's actually a two-part, because what do you believe expect from Kamala Harris if she were to win the presidency, and what do you believe they can expect? So 2 questions there.
I'm gonna let somebody else start that one because I'm a little problem.
I'm gonna let Future go first, and I'll go after Future.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to say a few things and then I'll pause and then let people come in. I am going to put a disclaimer out that says this, because we've seen this for decades. People make promises.
That's a politician, right? They all do.
All of them. And it doesn't matter if you are Democrat, if you're Republican, if you are neither of those. So we have people making promises. We have sometimes candidates then want the black vote. So they're saying what they will or won't do, or maybe being misleading and not telling a full truth of what is going to then be delivered. So what can we expect? I question what can we truly expect, because I've come to expect the unexpected. Right? I didn't expect I didn't expect her to even be running right now. There's a lot of expectations that I didn't expect. So I hold that truth. I can sit here and say what each of the parties are saying we should expect. Okay, I can speak on what past histories, and literally going back to histories of when one was a business owner, one was sitting in California, and what policies were upheld, what people were protected, what was and wasn't done. So I sit in a lot of curiosity and sitting back of, I don't think anybody should be touting you should be doing this because you're of you should be over here or you got to go over here. I think each of us, we say at the same time we're not a monolith, which leaves me standing in a lot of curiosity of we're not a monolith, but all Black people should do this. Which I'm not standing in anything. I think each individual person has to make their own decision consciously of what they feel is going to be best for humanity in general. Now, do I hear one candidate saying, well, I focus on more equity and I am going to protect more greenery of planet because we don't have a planet B, and I'm going to protect women's rights. Okay. Yes. And I don't know what is going to happen. Do I hear another person upholding, hey, I want to protect businesses and the financial stability and the protection of our United States? Yes. But I can't say specifically what they will do once whoever gets sworn in.
Agreed wholeheartedly. Did either one of you ladies want to comment on that question?
Oh yeah, Myisha said she was going to go after Future.
I'm with Future 100%. I think for me, when it comes to candidates, I never have expectations. I've learned specifically with Kamala Harris being the Black South Asian woman, we already have expectations of Black women. So having an expectations
Mhm.
of her will continue to perpetuate anti-Blackness and misogynoir against Black women. So I
Mhm.
had no expectations. I can't come in. I'm coming into this year for the first time a little different,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
because I watch kind of both sides, and I'm like, you said that 4 years ago, huh? Or as a former resident of California, I'm like, oh, but you didn't do that. And so for me, it's like no expectations because
Mhm.
it's all word salad. And then they get into office and they disappoint us. And then especially with Kamala, it's like when she disappoints them, who gets to get hit with it? It's
Right.
not just Kamala. It's the four of us on this call.
Right.
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 And I'll pass it. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
I mean, that's kind of like where I land. I love Future, and Future and I were speaking, and Future just has such an amazing love and like how you introduced it, right? Like it's so beautiful and so hopeful, and I too have great hope for humanity. I also, I pay attention to systems, right? So I take a systems view at things. And what I expect to have full on expectations is simply a Black presenting face on top of imperialism. And that's going to impact Black women in everyday life.
Correct.
Mhm.
We're going to place this person who we are now just like erased any other identity of hers, said she is a Black woman. She's going to uphold the the imperialism of this empire that we call America. And
Mhm.
that backlash is going to impact our everyday lives. So what I expect is more misogynoir, more violence against Black women and families, and more of the same old colonial acts of America.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm in agreement with all three of you, I must say. Quite honestly, I have just I know we're not to live in fear, but I do have some anxiousness, if
Mhm.
you will, about the entire election, and my anxiousness does not wane. It's just as strong with either outcome
Yeah.
Right.
because of promises that have been made, because of changes I'm already seeing in the world. So I have a little bit of anxiousness, I will say. So I'm in agreement with everything that you ladies have said. Family, family, family. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick. And guess what? We've got future Cain, Desiree Stevens, and Myisha Hill with us tonight. It doesn't get any better than that, family. It doesn't. It doesn't. Malcolm shares, welcome, ladies. You
Hi,
sitting next to
Malcolm.
you?
Hey, Malcolm.
Ms. Julie shares, having future Cain and mental health advocate Myisha is just what we needed. Intervention in our communities is needed. Thank you all, and thank you so much. And Ms. Roslyn shares, we be Black. Yes, we do. Yes, we are. Yes, we will. Family, we're going to take a commercial break, but don't you go anywhere, okay? Because we're coming right back. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
When their world isn't safe, they need someone to notice, to wonder and worry, to be their voice. If you suspect child abuse in any way, report it. You can be their hero. Your call can change their world.
Report suspected abuse by calling 1-800-932-0313 or visit keepkidssafe.pa.gov for more information. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15's. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The Global Philadelphia Association is hosting the 9th Annual World Heritage City Celebration on Thursday, September 5th. This event celebrates Philadelphia's World Heritage designation and our reputation as a global city, and includes cocktails, dinner, and an opportunity to network with their global community and leadership. Dan Hilferty, Chairman and CEO of Comcast Spectacor, is being honored this year. He will receive the Globee Award for Distinguished Global Leadership. For more information and for tickets, go to globalphiladelphia.org.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
And we are back. What is happening here? What is going on? What is going on? There we have it. Okay, now that looks better. I know, heavens to Murgatroyd. Let's get that right. Family, welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are joined in this hour by our love lights, future Cain, Desiree Stevens, and Myisha Hill. And we are talking about the historical and cultural impact of Vice President Kamala Harris running for president in the United States. So, ladies, I have a question for you. Got tons of questions for you, but this next question, you all shared that you're having this conversation amongst yourselves and in the communities. I'm curious to know, what are some of the things that you're hearing? What are some of the concerns that you're hearing from other people, or just comments? Myisha.
Sorry,
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Am I?
No, you're not ready.
I'm not. Okay. Let me get my tea. I got my little ginger tea. All right. Please share, ladies.
Well, I'm just going to speak. Most women I've seen who are not melanated are having various visceral reactions. We have a whole group that's like, yes, we can do this. We can forgive her for her past mistakes and have hope that she'll have a change in legislation. And, there's another group that's doing it because they know she's for reproductive rights. So it's not like they really care. They just know she stands for a woman's right to choose. And this is the same non-melanated group. And there's the other non-melanated group that is using tools of abuse to,
Yeah, we lost Desiree. Okay, what's going on now? We lost Desiree. She'll be back. She'll be back. Go ahead.
And there's another group from the same non-melanated group who are women who are canceling and calling out Black women who are either voting for Kamala Harris or not explicitly saying that they're voting third party. There's a lot of shame and abuse and manipulation. And so it's kind of an uneven pie when it comes to the non-melanated women. And then when I see us Black women talking, it's like, if you're voting for her, great. If you're not, great. We still try to stay in solidarity and community, but for non-melanated beings, they're having a hard time. I don't know if they know how to think for themselves or how to pick a side. That's the nicest way I could say that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Future or Desiree?
Okay, yes to everything that you said, Myisha. And I will add a couple other groups. I see some Black women who just automatically assume all Black women are voting for the woman. And then when you're saying you're not, or you're saying I'm still talking to myself in my head to figure out what is the best candidate for my values and beliefs, I think there's a shock of, but how could you not? And along with the shock, some of them comes shaming of how dare you not go with everybody, because this is what we should do collectively.
Desiree, did you want to add to that? I think Desiree may be frozen. I think
I think that it's going to depend on who your audience is.
It's all right. Don't you be frustrated. That listen, the devil is always trying to get into the details. Say it all the time, and he knows he's not welcome here. Okay, you just fight him because you got a whole army with you right here. Your whole tribe and village. We're on your side. That's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Her face. I love her face.
I know, frozen there. I know. And so let me ask you this, because Myisha, you made a statement about some of the promises and that were made. We're all in agreement that all candidates, all politicians, they all make promises. Now I have the understanding, and ladies, correct me if I'm incorrect, but I have the understanding that we're voting on the issues of the parties, quite honestly. The candidates make promises, but these parties have agendas. Okay. So we're voting on the issues or the issues of the agendas of the parties themselves.
Right.
What makes Vice President Kamala Harris's mistakes any bigger than another candidate or politician? What makes her mistakes bigger? Because it feels to me like everybody wants to talk about the mistakes she has made along her political career. What about every single candidate that has ever run has made mistakes. So what makes her mistakes bigger?
Essentially, it's because she's a Black and South Asian woman.
That's what I think.
That's what makes her mistakes bigger. If she was a Black male, no, I don't think that. I'm trying to think back to Barack Obama. I think Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle, faced more. I don't even want to say that, I can't equate it, but I will just simply say, and let Desiree take the mic because she's back, that because she is a Black and South Asian woman. That's
simply put. Thank you for that. Desiree, I told you.
So I'm sorry, I missed the question because my internet is not letting me be great today, and I don't understand why.
I overstand. No, it's all right. It's all right. I was sharing that, I have the understanding we're voting for these. I started with saying that the parties is the parties that have agendas. And with that understanding, what makes, Kamala Harris's mistakes during her political journey bigger than another candidate's. And the answer was simply because she's a Black Asian woman. Which is
I would
sad.
align with that, right? There's an expectation that kind of always comes with that, right? And then the extra layer of the misogynoir and this idea of being super women, right? Because when you're talking about, at least for me, like when I'm working within supremacy culture, you have this idea, and these things were built with white supremacy that impacts us the most, but there's hierarchies in it, right? So, like to Myisha's point, where maybe Barack did not get as much backlash as Michelle caught, and she's like, I'm just married to this man. like I'm not. This is not even my job.
Right.
It's crazy. You want white women to be trad wives, but you want Black wives to be running the country with this man. Okay. There goes this idea that this pressure is coming from white feminism, that now we're supposed to be leading forward what they couldn't do with their right, pushing that forward. Like now you're going to be the one in charge. And it's like easy. You can't do much more than anybody else that was in that same seat of power, right? And so and then to the question where I got cut off, the conversations are going to be different depending on which audience you're speaking to, right? Because for myself, working with more so self-proclaimed allies, progressive liberal white women, these are all self-proclamations, it's like that's the end of the work, right? But if we get this Black woman in, we're done. I understood the assignment, and I'm like, obviously you have not. That is maybe the starting point of advocacy, but that is by no means, this is nowhere near the end, because it really needs to just be dismantled. But right there, I'll end right there.
Thank you for that. I do want to share. The family is commenting. Our love light, Michelle White. Hi there, love bug. She shares, I agree. Because she is a Black Asian woman, they look over her life with a fine-tooth comb, and she's got to be perfect. No mistakes. Miss Rosalind shares specifically, especially if you are Black, and she shares, I'm sick of all of it. Well, you're not alone, Love Light. You are not alone. Malcolm shares his major concern is Project 2025 and Agenda 47, all of it. And the MAGAs, we have to vote blue. We have to vote blue, he shares. Sync Blue shares, like any other election cycle, we get a lot of dogmatism. When Vice President Harris wins, skepticism is at hand, like with Obama versus the GOP. And Miss Julie, she shares, what we know to be true is that California is a huge state. Addressing every issue cannot be done and has yet to be done with charted intention accomplished. Donald Trump did not work with the governor of California during his tenure. The billion-dollar reveal of mortgage schemes happened during the tenure of Kamala Harris as district attorney. The reveal and success of high-profile sex offenders happened in the courtroom of Vice President candidate Kamala Harris. The questions, okay, it was cut off, and I thought that was going to continue. I'm sorry, Miss Julie, because I wanted to see where that was going to resolve. Family, I see that you are commenting, and we so appreciate your comments. I'm looking at the time, and I am just upset that we are at the top of the hour. Ron has one question before we go to commercial break. Hi there, Ron. Welcome to the conversation, and thank you so much for calling. Ron.
Yes, hello.
Hi, welcome. Hello, welcome.
Yes, hello, everyone.
Hi.
I would like to make 2 comments. 7 rules of history have let all of us make mistakes, only to be a better person. I certainly hope we would do that as a person and never give back to our families, in our country, in our city. And on Saturday, I had the opportunity, and I'm beginning to do a lot of speaking. And I spoke to a large group of people on Saturday. And I say this to the Democratic Party because the average person do not know what is the oath of the Democratic Party. But this is what I'm saying. And I hear the Democratic Party always talk about the middle class. Well, Democratic Party, as you being representatives that can make changes in our government to eliminate the minimum wages and pay people what they're worth, we have to exclude that. The middle class, because in order for a person to become middle class, if they have to be in a small financial situation. So you need to talk about the development of all the population. I'm not talking making the country a utopian. That cannot be done. But we can make people's life better. When we look at the rent and the taxes that's going up in the United States of America and in our city, these are the things that we need to do and give young women and young men a chance and an opportunity to be able to own property. So it needs to be a readjustment in this country. Any time that they took and built Germany up with the Marshall Plan, I talk a lot about that. And that's why, we're going to let me get a chance to meet Dr. Condoleezza Rice. And I'm saying all these things. These are the issues that we must make. We must make to our representatives. And you young ladies and women with education, you must use your education for the greater good. And you must write letters to them if you can't go there, and let them know that this is a priority in this country of the United States of America. There will never be a 1928 going into the 1929 when the banks defaulted, when Hoover was taking the money out of the country, because what they have, the buffers in place, that will never happen again. Look at France and look at other countries. You go on your internet and see this, where they're talking about people with a better wages, their Social Security, and their benefits. We must. It's beyond the lady. It's beyond the man. Let me quote something what Gandhi said, and Kennedy picked it up. We, the voters, must say, ask not what the country can do for you, what we can do for the country, and what we have to make our representatives do to serve the people. Anytime that we can give dollars to war, to take life, and not give money to help life in this country, Look at the student loans.
Yeah.
Anytime you got to pay extremely dollars to become educated, well, people that came from down south, they weren't educated. They had education. There's a difference. And so when I'm saying to you young women today, you must stand up. If the men don't do it, it's not to put any men down. The men and women have this power. Look what the Almighty God is bringing forth. Only the woman, because of her. Let me say, I'm not covering, but let me just say to y'all, continue to be involved. Let me ask you a question. I ask you this respectfully, a question to all of y'all that's listening. What have you done today to guide and to inspire somebody while we're in this earth? You can't be so holiness into the Quran and in the Bible. The word says it in the word on earth as it is in this, as we go to this heaven.
Ron, I can't thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. As always, I thank you. Thank you for pouring into us. It's time for us to take a commercial, though. On that note, family, Ron is asking a question, and we're all going to digest what he just shared with us as we go to commercial. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed on Evening Words.
Rashawn Williams, a couple weeks back, we had Professor Sandy Darity and a couple of his colleagues on to discuss what the research has shown and what's possible from their perspective as scholars when it comes to reparations. And one of the things that Professor Darity said, and I'd love for you to comment on this, is that he felt that the approach should be to focus on the federal government. How do you respond to that as a co-chair of a local effort here in Philadelphia?
It absolutely should have a federal focus, and we just so happen to be doing work before that federal focus actually takes shape. Well, what happened anyway is that there will be a federal mandate for some sort of reparations effort that will matriculate down to the state and the city. And so it isn't like local municipalities shouldn't be developing reparations task forces and commissions. In fact, they would have to have the infrastructure in place for federal reparations to make their way down into these local areas. And this is kind of some of what I mean by having a more robust, intellectual, and thoughtful conversation on reparations, because it isn't that one shouldn't happen. It is that both need to happen. And there just so happens to be an order by which local reparations efforts have taken place before a federal one has actually kicked off.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds from Evening Words on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Mike Tirico here with some of the 2024 Team USA athletes. What's your message for the team of tomorrow?
To young athletes, never forget why you started doing it in the first place. You have to pursue something that you're passionate about.
Win, lose, or draw, I'm always going to be the one having a smile on my face.
Finding joy in why you do it keeps you doing it.
Be authentic, be you, and have fun.
Joy is powering Team USA during the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Comcast is proud to be bringing that inspiration home for the team of tomorrow.
Hey, this is AJ with your Penn Medicine Cares and the Community Featured Event. Come out on Thursday, August 22nd for the West Philadelphia Health and Community Resource Fair, 12 noon to 4:30 p.m. at Conestoga Rec Field, 52nd and Media. Hosted by Councilman Curtis Jones Jr. and Philadelphia Communities of Care, the event will provide services for seniors, employment opportunities, health resources, prize drawings, and music and fun for the whole family. Call 215-686-3416 for more info. Visit pennmedicine.org/community for more upcoming events.
Check this out. Word family, it's a celebration of our founder, and you're invited to join us to honor the life and legacy of Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, Friday, October 11th at the beautiful Mann Center for the Performing Arts. We'll celebrate Dr. Lomax's powerful career with a special focus on health and healing as we unveil our Philadelphia Black Doctors Directory. We'll honor our Community Impact Award winners, our members with a special forward members only reception, and there will be food, live music, and we'll move and groove with a dance party under the stars, plus much more. Tickets are on sale now, and members receive a special discount. Visit wordradio.com/Founders Day Gala to purchase your tickets. Get them before they're gone, because you don't want to miss it. Be there Friday, October 11th for this special celebration of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD.
Y'all ready for this?
We are the home of Progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Family, welcome back. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? There we are. Okay, and there it is. Welcome back, family. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. When I tell you the devil has been busy tonight, to my
Okay.
but y'all heard me say he's not welcome, right? And he knows he is not welcome here. Okay, he knows it. We've been joined in this hour with our love lights, future Cain, Desiree Stevens, and Myisha Hill. We've been talking about some things. You hear me? We've been talking about some things. More specifically, though, we've been talking about this election in which we're in the midst. Yes, we've been talking about the impact of Vice President Kamala Harris running for president of the United States. Now, I shared with the ladies that this conversation for me, it could go on and on. Quite honestly, I would love for it to continue. I'm going to see if I can't find a day, a time, or something so we can continue this conversation. What? Because this needs to. We just didn't share enough.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I didn't hear enough from you. You hear me? I did not. So I'm going to ask outside of this space if you have another day, another time, another minute, another moment. But right now, I just thank you so much for coming to share your time, your energy, your space, your spirit, your intention, your attention, and your love with us, because we need all three of you. Okay. You are so necessary. You are necessary voices. We applaud you. We appreciate you. And you are so necessary. So we thank you as well. Just thank you so much for coming to visit with us.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Carol.
you for sharing space with us, Carol. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Desiree, let me tell you something. I'm going to pray on that internet, because when you come back, he ain't coming in. He is not getting in. You hear me? No, he is not.
Me too. I agree. And I'd be happy to be back and share space with these amazing women. I love Myisha and Future. Just like you said, very necessary. I hear you.
Absolutely. And then we'll have more to talk about after the convention. Okay. So it's a done deal. It's a done deal. Ladies, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And we look forward to seeing you again soon, real soon. Okay. Real soon. Keep that in your spirit. Real soon. All right. We'll see you soon, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, family. When I tell you that conversation right there, it could have lasted easily, it's a conversation that must continue, as you know. So I'm definitely going to see if we can't get them back so we can have a more in-depth conversation about what's going on, and especially like I shared after the convention is over. Keith Harris is checking in. Hi there, Love Light. He shares vote for Kamala Harris. Vote blue all the way. There you have it. Joey Dixon to Ron. He shares thank you, brother Ron, as we all do. And Sync Blue shares it was mentioned before, and I will stick to the motto: the convicted felon versus the prosecutor. I hear you. Shirley Carter, our Love Light, is joining us, and she shares good evening word. Good evening. Richard Emmanuel Ashby Jr., hi there, Love Light, shares yes in agreement to everything that was shared. We thank you for that as well. Keith follows his comment with sharing Trump and Project 2025 are joined at the hip, the destroyer of democracy. Family, I keep telling you, pay attention to these agendas. Pay attention to these agendas. I'm going to see if we can't get that panel back. But in the meantime, I have another Love Light that I want you to meet. Yes, I do. Her name is Emerald Garner. Yes, I know. She is the youngest daughter of 6 children. and is currently the executive director of the nonprofit We Can't Breathe Incorporated, which is inspired by her late father, Eric Garner. Yes. And her sister, Erica Garner. Emerald is the youngest daughter of Esau Snipes Garner and Eric Garner, who, if you will recall, was murdered at the hands of a now former police officer, Daniel Pantaleo. In 2024, after putting him in the now illegal chokehold, she has become the leading voice in the fight for justice for her father, and she has vowed to never stop fighting laws and policies that help police officers get away with murder. Family, I welcome you to the conversation with none other than Emerald Garner. What is happening here? There we are. The devil is busy tonight. Emerald, listen, welcome and hello. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. How are you? How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm getting it together over here. The devil
Listen,
is busy on this side of the world too.
listen all over the place. But guess what? We rebuke you. I'm going to say it loud and clearly, okay? We
Yes.
rebuke you, devil. Yes, we do. And he knows he is not welcome. He is not welcome. It is a pleasure to have you come visit with us. It is a pleasure to have you in this space. Just continuous prayers go out to you from, I know, from the family, but especially, from me, because your story is it's, I don't even know the word to say. I don't know the word to say, but I thank you for coming to share with us. I thank you for coming to share with us. Miss Rosalind shares, thank you. She's sending you her condolences. God needed an angel and he chose him, but not forgotten. Rest in peace. Keep the gates open.
Thank you.
There's some love. So,
thank you.
Oh, there is so much. First of all, there's so much going on. I can't imagine how you and your family process everything that takes place. It and I say this, and I'm trying not to be, I'm trying to watch my words, but I'm at the same time trying to share what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, because it's so sensitive. But I feel like there's so much going on that it has to be a constant reminder to you of the injustice that was done to you, your family, your father. I can't imagine processing that on a consistent basis. How do you manage?
Well, from back then up until now, my message has always been the same. Like, how do we get to the brighter side of a tragedy?
Mhm.
How do you channel all of this anger that I felt, all of this frustration? How do I make it turn into a positive impact?
Mhm.
And over the past 10 years, which I didn't realize, somebody actually had to remind me, is that, like, I made small steps to the things that I wanted. And the biggest thing that I accomplished was helping to get the law passed and then finding out on August 8th, the first officer in the Bronx was indicted under that law. So it was just like, after we booked booked this meeting here, because I take my hiatus from the media for a while, to deal with my mental health. So sometimes it's helpful for me to talk about it, and sometimes it's not. And then, once I saw that, I'm still doing, my nonprofit and everything, I'm still going. I get the article that says that the officer was indicted under the law that I helped to pass. So I know that those nights and those fights and all of the protesting and the marching, and it's not in vain, because we got the law passed, and then after we get the law passed, somebody got indicted. So it's like, not only did you have the audacity to kill him, but then we got the law, and then somebody else decided that they wanted to do the same thing and thought they were going to get away with it. So now they're indicted under that law, and it's not making major headlines right now. It's not like one of the things that everybody's talking about, but for me, that's what justice means to me. Having a piece of legislation so that nobody else can do it again. And this is why I'm pushing even harder for it to be a federal law, so that it's a nationwide and can even be a global piece of legislation.
Sure, absolutely. And you know what? Thank you again, because as you share that you have to take time, which I applaud you. I applaud you for listening to yourself and for actually doing it, because it is so necessary to take time for self-care and to maintain our own mental health. So thank you for coming to once again. I'm going to keep thanking you, Emerald. I'm just going to keep thanking you. Okay, it's good.
Thank you for having me. I was just like, I put, after last year, I always do, my summer programs. I always do my speaking engagements. But then when I thought about the revamp and the relaunch of my nonprofit, we started back in 2018, and it was just advocating for health equity, advocating for violence, people who survive violence. But then I realized, like, I always advocated for mental health, but I'm like, how do I tie that into what I'm going through right now? Because how many people are going through what I'm going through, but their last name is just not Garner.
Right.
And going through that and taking making self-care my priority, it really has changed how things have been happening. When I say the devil was busy, I had a little manic episode earlier, but I call my sis. We worked through it. We got it together. I didn't toss no children, so we were good to go. So sometimes you just need somebody to just get you through those moments. And I've had a lot of moments. And I've been blessed to have a community of people who like, all right, let's figure this out. What is it that's going to work? What is it that's going to happen? Like, how do you prioritize your self-care? So since last year, I've been really prioritizing what I need for me. So I'll have my all about me days. I have my designated mental health days. Like, I just start to plan the things that I need, and it kind of became a roadmap. So it's something that I want to share with other survivors, other people who deal with, mental health struggles after a tragedy. Because I feel like, I had issues before my father was killed, but this like kind of sent me over the edge because the issues that I deal with now, I would not have dealt with if my father wasn't killed. So it's like, as a result to the murder of my father, all of these things happen. It was like a domino effect. So I want to help to kind of alleviate that for the next person that's in my shoes, i.e. Sonia Massey's children. Sonia Massey happened. I'm just on the background because I'm just like, my small organization, we're not, fully funded yet to be at the level where it's like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. But I'm just, my call to action is mental health professionals stepping up for her. So it's like, I don't have I'm not a clinician. I didn't go to school. I don't have it. If I did, I would offer mental health services or at least a safe space, because now I see them like me the same way, starting to do press conferences. They're traveling around, they're doing media, they're doing all this. So I want to know, what is the plan that the community has? Because my family and me specifically, me in particular, I was absolutely mishandled from everybody that handled me, everybody that was from that situation. I was mishandled in some way, and the facts and the things that I needed were not provided to me. So that's what I want to prevent in the next situation, because clearly it's still happening, because officer got indicted in 2024 for choking somebody after the whole debacle that we went through in 2014, 2015 after Eric Garner, the uprise of the communities that stood with Eric Garner. I like, now I say, like, I don't really I didn't realize the impact that I made, but when I got called, I went to Brazil this year. I was taking a hiatus and taking care of the kids, and I got called for a violence conference in Brazil. And I was one of two US organizations that I was just like, if my organization is making such an impact, and the things that I've done have made such a, because I didn't know, I was like, I'm just Emerald, I'm just doing me. But when I start to like put those things together, I was just like, I think I got something here. So I just started building on that. And then now if you go to my social media, all my interns sent me videos and they are saying these wonderful things. And I'm like, who are y'all talking about? And they're like, they're talking about you. And I was like, oh, okay, because I'm just being me, but not realizing the impact that I'm making on them. So I'm like, you know what? Now we're taking it a step further. We're doing a youth development series now. So now you don't have to be some youth participants to participate in our program. Now we're doing, like, we're trying to pitch this out. Like, we have an opportunity to go to Japan. We have another opportunity to go back to Brazil. And I just want to make this possible because even realizing my young people, Amira, she was like, I never even been out of New York City, but Emerald took me to DC and like, we was in a coach bus. So we was outside. And I was just like, I felt like, I was able to provide them that experience. And it was just literally an idea. I'm like, I got an interview in DC. Like, we should just take a busload of kids. And it turned into this spectacular event. It was like a life-changing thing. And I was just like, all right, let me try to put like more energy into it. So now it's like, I know what I want to do. I know what path I'm on. This tragedy happened to me, like the worst thing that could happen to somebody in the world. But I'm gonna make it glorified. I'm gonna make my story like shine because nobody went through what I went through in the ways that I went through them. So we want to make sure that people know, like, my father screamed by himself 11 times that he could not breathe and nobody did nothing. So now we can't breathe. It's a symbol of this is a collective. And it's like, if you're not looking at the bigger picture and looking at the collective, then we don't want you around our people. We don't want you around our kids. Because our interns have big dreams. So if you don't have big dreams for them, then we don't need you to be here.
Gosh. Emerald, you're sitting here and you're saying, I'm just Emerald. Well, you are more than just Emerald. You are more than just Emerald. You're a beacon. Just listening to you, just everything you just shared, you have no idea how much your voice is needed, how much the actions you are taking are needed. And like you were sharing about our babies, if you don't take them out of the neighborhood, there's a good possibility or probability for some that they won't ever get out of the neighborhood, out of the city, like you shared. So you are more, oh my goodness, far beyond being just Emerald. Okay, you are saving lives. That's what you're doing, and I applaud you. I have so many questions. Family, it is time for us to take a commercial. But you hear, oh my goodness, I'm all emotional.
Look, I'm sorry. That's why I'm like, listen, I stop there and make up to interviews because I'm like, listen, if I got to cry, I just got to cry, and I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna be unapologetic about it.
But
know what?
It's cleansing. It really is.
Yes.
Just hearing, just listening to your story and listening to the story of your family and how it is, in the ways that it has impacted you and how you have used that to do for others. Like, because that takes a strong human being. Not everybody does that. So I'm just digesting it all and reacting. So, oh my Lord, y'all know. Family, listen. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Well, I get myself together. A commercial break. Okay, but when we come back, we're going to talk some more with Miss Emerald Garner. Family, stay with us because we'll be right back.
Tune in this Wednesday at 10:40 a.m. for the Who is AARP segment on Reality Check with Tanya Pendleton, featuring Angela Forshaw Rouse. Learn about the many benefits AARP provides the community. Tune in Wednesday at 10:40 a.m. brought to you by AARP Pennsylvania. The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. Word's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Public Health Management Corporation is hiring for exciting roles, including a medical director and registered nurses. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative. Brought to you by Word Radio. Progressive Black Talk Media.
Theater in the X looks forward to seeing you in Malcolm X Park this summer for their 11th season. Get ready for a night of laughter, drama, and unforgettable moments. Theater in the X proudly presents One Monkey Don't Stop No Show, a brilliant comedy drama that will have you on the edge of your seat. Directed by Maureen Hennigan Booker, set in the 1970s, this uproarious play by Don Evers explores family, love, and the ups and downs of life with wit and charm. Take a journey through the lives of the Harris family and their hilarious, heartwarming adventures. It's a story that will make you laugh, cry, and cheer for more. One Monkey Don't Stop No Show runs from August 22nd to 25th in Malcolm X Park. The show is Bring Your Own Chair. Reserve your free tickets at www.theaterindx.com. That's www.theaterindx.com. Remember, One Monkey Don't Stop No Show, but it sure can bring the house down.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, progressive Black talk media.
I think I know what love is.
Family, welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, progressive Black talk media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are joined with Emerald Garner in this hour, who is the executive director of the nonprofit We Can't Breathe Incorporated, and she's sharing with us, sharing a lot. We are talking about a lot of things, family. If you've missed it, we'll catch up. But Emerald, I want to share some of this love with you that you are receiving. Miss Rosalind shares, God's will be done. You are definitely a child of God, and so was your father. Pat yourself on the back. You are healing other people across the world, not just for you, but for your dad. Mainly, he won. He did not die in vain. He's saving lives, telling your story. Thank you. Thank you. And Miss Julie shares, Emerald, your strengths have enriched the lives of others. Class C felony, punishable up to 15 years in prison, becoming a federal offense. Next legislative action. Lord, protect the families of Eric and Erica Garner. Malcolm shares, yes, Emerald, you are a true blessing. I love it. I love it. Ms. Rosalind shares, she's a leader. You're not a follower, and you're definitely a gift from God. Thank you. And you're bringing joy to my heart, she shares. Gary, I see that you're checking in with us. Gary Bryant is checking in with the family. So happy to have you join us as well, Gary. Yes. So Emerald, you were sharing with us. Well, you were sharing a lot. When I tell you I have so many questions, I'm trying to calm my little self down. My little heart is just going. So the first thing I want to ask, though, was there not one mental health professional that reached out to your family, like to assist or to help you all in any way?
No, not that reached out to me personally. No, it was a connection through somebody and through somebody. I do have to send a lot of love and light to Dr. Jeff. I had a few sessions with Dr. Jeff, and it kind of like helped me to figure out that roadmap because it was after my sister died, after my father died. I was seeing mental health therapists, I was going, but they were more caught up in the story than what I needed. So that because I really didn't know how to advocate for myself. So I'm just like, yeah, I need therapy, but it's like I didn't know the type of things that I needed. So it wasn't really until, I kind of got a roadmap and, started getting the kids services that when I was really like, this is the part of therapy that I need. Like, I don't need you to just sit me in a room and say, how are you feeling? No, I need me to tell you how I'm feeling and you to give me actionable items that can solve these issues. What can I do right now in the moment? What can I do today to start my healing journey? What is the first action item? They're like, talk to somebody, talk to somebody about what? Give me some questions that I need to ask the therapist so that as they're answering, I can start generating more questions. Give me a baseline and a roadmap. And that's really what I was asking for, but I didn't know how to ask for it. So now it's like I want to start to map those things out and help people to even begin their journey, because they're like, I don't like to talk to people, or I'm a private person. It's just like, that's the purpose of the therapist, because the therapist cannot talk to anybody else. They cannot disclose your information unless you say that you're going to hurt yourself or others. And I need my Black therapist to step in and say, like, Emerald is not crazy. She's not going to pick the child up and toss them across the room when I say that I'm going to throw a child. I just mean, like, in the metaphorical way, these kids are getting on my nerves. And I feel like I want to toss them, because what do you do with things you're frustrated at? You throw it. So I'm just like, I'm not going to pick the child up and throw them across the room. I just want to express my frustration without you sending the people to my house to lock me up for 72 hours. So it's like, how do we communicate that we don't want to actually hurt the children, but they're really getting on our nerves right now? And what can you do to support me in this moment? Because I'm in this house by myself.
Right. How about that? All of that.
I got no husband. I'm looking for him. I'm very single. Hit me up. But I'm just saying, like,
we gotta put it out there, right?
You gotta put it out there. You never know. Like, I stopped dating for a while. Like, after I was with my ex, I was like, I'm not dating anybody, because it just became so everybody's caught up in the story. Like, they don't want to get to know me for me. They want to know some background story. So it's just like, at least fake it for a little while and then get to it. But they like to jump right on in. I'm just like, oh, okay.
But even when they fake it, don't they realize? Like, come on, come correctly, please, come correctly.
Please, that's all I ask.
So you mentioned We Can't Breathe. Can you tell our family? Tell us all about it. Tell us, some of the initiatives. You mentioned a summer program. Can you tell us the role you play in it? Like, tell us all about it. We want to know everything about We Can't Breathe.
Yes. So I am the everything of We Can't Breathe. I don't have a staff. I have my interns, I have my board, and then I have the people that I contract with, throughout the city. We're waiting for the big funding to come in so that, I can start to draw a salary. I named myself executive director because I really want to be hands-on in everything that's happening with We Can't Breathe. So I don't want to just hold the CEO title. I just want to make sure that, especially on the programmatic side, because there's a certain way that I want my programs run. And I know that I can't run every program, even though I would love to. I know I have to think about capacity and dreams and aspirations. And, when we do have the budget to bring on the people that we want, some of our initiatives include our Healing Justice Village support group, which is a support group where women support women in real ways. So that means that if any of us are having an event, and, we know that childcare is our barrier because, our kids, they be acting up sometimes, we are going to designate interns to help us with childcare so that you come into an event is not going to be an issue, because that was my major issue. I took on 2 children after my sister passed away. So now I have 3. So it was to this day, it's very hard to find childcare. Nobody wants to watch a child with special needs. And then they don't give them the care and the attention that I would give them. And I'm just like, treat them fair, treat them kind. Don't let the expectation be for them to sit down and shut up. Because that's not the expectation in the house. That is not how they grew up. And they even get on my nerves because they won't sit down and shut up. So what makes you think they're going to go around you and sit down and shut up? So don't do that to them. I know that they may have some tics or some special needs things about them, but don't judge my children because of that. There's a lot of these things they cannot control, their impulses, and a lot of things they do on purpose. So I will let you know, because I don't make excuses for them. I know what they're doing out of impulse and what they're doing just to be a regular kid. So once I explain that to how we operate, it's better to at least to deal with the children. So that's what we encourage. We encourage them to bring the children. We'll have a separate room. So now let your child know. Listen, little Tink Tink, stay in this room. Mommy's going to do her healing session. And you go stay here with the babysitter. Now, if the babysitter's being rude, disrespectful, or doing something they're not supposed to be doing, then you come and get me. But for the most part, please have a seat. I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of. And that's like the culture that I want to set for the support group. So right now we're virtual. So we just tell the kids, go to bed, get you some headphones, get on the computer, and we just talk for 2 hours, and then we just figure out what we're going to do. Are we going to meet up here? Are we going to go here? We're going to have a ladies' night. We're going to have we're going to have different systems in place to support each other. So that's Healing Justice Village. And then we have our youth initiative, where it started off with me traveling to different schools and doing weekend brief workshops, doing weekend brief assemblies with schools. But now we shifted that into a 6-week series that we're offering to organizations and schools, where we come in and we offer wraparound services in a non-traditional way. So we meet with the kids hybrid. So in the summertime, we meet Monday through Thursday online, and then every Friday we celebrate Summer Friday. So, and how Summer Friday is usually, oh, you get a day off. No, you have to work for your day off. So if you did all of your work between Monday and Thursday, you reached all of your goals, you did all of your assignments. When we get to Summer Friday, it's a recreation, or it's a me and you meeting to figure out why you didn't do what you're supposed to do for the week. So we picked different locations throughout the city, and we went to DC to do different activities with the kids. So it's like up to them. If they do all their work, they don't have to meet with me. If they don't do all their work, either they're not going to show up, or they're going to sit with me and talk about stuff that we done went through online all week. So by the time we got to the third week, everybody was on time. Everybody did their work. Everybody did what they had to do. They were like, listen, I really like this program. I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to invest in myself. They saw the things that I was doing. So I was just like, I want to develop this and make it something larger. So now we're about to pitch to Department of Education and see if we get picked up by a school to do this immaculate 6-week series a couple of times a year for the rest of the school year.
I love that. Listen, you're keeping the kids accountable too. When you give them responsibility and you're like, all right, I love that. I so love that. Yup, family, y'all know I love it. I do want to come back and say welcome if you have just joined us. How about that? I did not forget about you. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here with Carol Riddick on WURD. We are talking with Emerald Garner in this hour. She is the executive director of We Can't Breathe Incorporated. Yes. I want to share with you Gary Bryant, our love light. He shares, wow, this young lady is awesome and real. I'm telling you, so much love. And our love light, Miss Rosalind, she shares accurate, taking care of children all my life, 51 years. And so the village helped me. And God gave you a village. It's hard to get it. You were blessed and favored. I know that's right. Miss Julie shares, Rosalind, send a prayer that Emerald is united with the man who is also community oriented with an abundance of love for our communities.
Amen.
I know
Amen.
I know that's right. Oh, and Miss Rosalind, she shares, she says, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, because you look so young, but you are doing the phenomenal job. God.
Black don't crack. I am 32. I am not ashamed of my age. I call myself 32 with an old soul. So everybody thinks I'm a lot older when they hear me talk, but when they look at me, they be like, who is this child? And I'm like, wait, hold up now. I got 30 years. I got skin in the game, okay? But I'm 32.
Because I am so in love with your manner. So proud of you, sister. So proud of you. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. So hilarious. And Ms. Rosalind shares, it's all right. She shares she's an OG for life. I know that's
OG for life. That's right, Ms. Rosalind.
I know that's right. Oh my goodness. So we're talking about family. For those of you who've just joined us, I want to let you know we're talking about a few things. We've been talking about the organization We Can't Breathe, which is inspired by Emerald's late father, Eric Garner, and her sister, Erica Garner. For those who are unfamiliar, and I want to make sure, I think I was wrong earlier. I'm trying to be politically correct, right? But Eric Garner, who was murdered at the hands of a now former police officer, Daniel Pantaleo, in 2014, after putting him in the now illegal chokehold. First of all, I can't believe it's been 10 years. I cannot believe it's been 10 years because that feels like it just happened. I can't imagine.
That's why I said I was like 10 years. Like even when I looked up and I was like, oh, it's time to get to planning for this year's event. And I'm just like, this is the 10th year anniversary. So I was just like, it kind of hit a little different this year. That's why I was like, I can't do a panel discussion right now. I can't do a gala or anything like that right now. I was like, I have to do something that puts my mind out of the traumatic my traumatic area. So
Mm-hmm.
taking the road trip was just a part of me. I love road trips. That's like the kids know, pack up the car, get some snacks, let's go. Like it's the cheapest way for me with 3 kids. So like when I thought about it, I was like, oh, let's get a bus because I was going down, and then they were like, oh, do you want to do a quick interview and we'll film a little bit, we'll do this, we'll do that because there's some monuments inside of the museum, some exhibits that include my father, like he's highlighted all throughout the museum. So I felt like this would be a great thing for young people in New York City to see. Like, listen, I'm from Brooklyn, like y'all. I'm from Brownsville too, right there, 251 Mother Gaston between East York and Liberty. That's where I'm from. So, I want them to see, like, I came from that. I went through a whole bunch of stuff. Then my father died. Then I went through more stuff. Then my sister passed away. Then I went through more stuff, but I'm still here. And then look at the things that I was able to accomplish in the last 10 years without even noticing and not even realizing all of the things that I was doing. So when I started to collect all the data, collect all the stuff out of the archives, and it's like, oh yeah, I did do that. I did do that. And it's just like, you don't remember that you did this? And I'm like somebody had to say, like, you don't remember? No, I was in a zone. Like I was just trying to get the story out. I don't remember half of those interviews. Like I can't tell you the day that it was, and I was feeling like this, or most of them I did on my lunch break when I was at work. So I was like really out doing everything to advocate.
And you know what? I would be willing to believe that a good part of you was trying to navigate what you were feeling, still trying to just, what how we say, maintain and sustain. So you go on to autopilot. You go into autopilot mode, which makes so much sense to me. You know in one part of your brain, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. That part of your brain switches. You stay there, you get into motion, but you're like trying to take care of these other things too, and you just do that subconsciously. Like I need to stay.
And that's why I took a really deep look into my spirituality, who I want to be, where I was going, because I always say my sister did not survive this movement. She went just as hard, if not even harder, for the justice of Eric Garner. That's why I'm not going to let her name die in vain. She started a lot of this, including the Eric Garner law. That was something that she fought for before it even reached the laps of anybody. So going back and speaking about all the things that Erica did, and her even pressing President Obama at the time, pressing his administration for an executive order. Like all of this stuff fell under what she was doing. So I really literally just picked up the baton, but I did it in a different way. I did it in a way that prioritized self-care, because my sister didn't tell anybody that she was having these issues, that it was that severe with her heart issues. At one point, as I share in my book, she was walking around with a defibrillator, that she could go into cardiac arrest at any time. And all of this stuff I found out after things were happening. It's just like she didn't prioritize taking care of herself because she was so caught up in the movement, caught up in making sure that the justice is served. And now she's not even here to celebrate the victory, which is getting the law passed, having a law and having an officer indicted under that. So that's like, for me, I have to talk about it. I don't care if it doesn't make headlines. I don't care. I'll be on Instagram. Everybody knows. Tap in with Emerald on Instagram, Facebook, making my videos. I do my press release. I do that myself. Like the press release that you got, I did that myself. I do everything myself because it's like I spent so much time waiting for other people to do it because I felt less than, or I felt like I couldn't do it, or they've been protesting longer, or they've been in the movement longer than me. And it's just like, it's not about who's been here longer. It's about who's sustaining, who's making sure that we're healing each other. How are we showing up for each other? Because I could tell you, people ran away from me, like especially, and it's not even from them knowing me or whatever the case is. My trauma was too heavy. My trauma was way too heavy for people to deal with, and they just didn't know how to say that. So sometimes it ended up very bad for a lot of people, a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships, a lot of partnerships, a lot of those, because my trauma is too heavy. So anytime that I feel like you're taking me back to where I'm not going to get justice, or what I'm doing is not valid, I start to have these triggers. I start to have these moments. So yeah, anybody that's right here, if you're not talking about justice for Eric Garner, I don't want to hear it. But I had to change the way that I thought about what justice is. What is justice? Is justice you being upset and having a heart attack and not being able to continue your work? Or is justice you having a sustainable organization that makes a staple and makes real change? And that's what I really wanted to shift to. Like, I can go out, I can talk, I can have all of these wonderful events where I'm the keynote speaker, but that's not enough for me. It's not enough. I need my young people to know that you could do it. You don't have to go 50,000 miles away. There's stuff right here available for you. There's places that'll take you out of New York City for free. All you need is a signature from your parent and a safe adult contact. I'm the safe adult. Now, listen, I'm all over the place. I don't harm children. They might get yelled at, but I'm hearing impaired and I'm loud. So everybody get yelled at. But, they're with safe adults. They're with safe people to where they can have these experiences and they can be free to be themselves. Don't judge my kids. Don't talk about them. Don't even deal with them. You have an issue, come straight to me because I will advocate for them. I will make sure that things happen. And I'm also going to check them when they're wrong. So that's why I'm like, I always make sure. We want people to know, like, listen, we do this for real. We're not here to just say, oh, we're here for the spotlight, because to be honest, a lot of stuff I do, I don't put in the spotlight. So I got all of this archive of stuff and people are like, oh, I didn't know you do this. I didn't know you do that. And I'm just like, I forgot to send a press release, but we just did the event.
Right. Emerald, I just love you to pieces. Oh my goodness. Listen, okay, family, it's time for us to take a commercial break. But when we come back, Miss Emerald just glossed over this book. So we're going to find out more about the book when we come back. And I have some more questions. Family, stay with us because we are coming right back.
I was thinking we should go fishing every week. It's so relaxing and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
You can get lost in your thoughts. It's so easy to get hooked on this.
I'm hooked.
Hey, are you listening to me? What are you doing?
I'm just casting my luck on the PA Lottery's all cash scratch off. They have top prizes of $1 million. You'll get more bites than you will in the Schuylkill.
John, look, my line is moving. I think I hit the jackpot.
Shoot, I hope I do too.
Pick up the Pennsylvania Lottery's all-cash scratch-off game today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Problem gambling? Helpline 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, you may qualify for a free continuous glucose monitor system. Managing your diabetes is crucial to your health. The new CGM systems can automatically manage your diabetes better for you. And by using a CGM system, you can eliminate forever one thing most people with diabetes hate the most: finger sticks. Now it's possible to manage your diabetes better, end the painful finger sticks, and get a new CGM monitoring system at little or no cost to you. We even provide in-home delivery and do all the insurance paperwork for you. Now is the best time to manage your diabetes better and get your continuous glucose monitor. Call now for details. 800-396-0150. 800-396-0150. 800-396-0150. That's 800-396-0150.
Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Are you familiar with Google Lens? It's a cool way to search for things using your phone's camera. Head to google.com in whichever browser you use to get to the internet, and you'll see a camera icon in the search bar. You may have to allow access to your phone's camera, but once you do, there are a few ways to use Google Lens. You can take a picture of something and get all types of information on whatever you just photographed. You can take a picture of words you want to translate into a different language, or you can take a photo of a homework question and get help with the answer. With just a smartphone, Google Lens is a quick and easy way to get the help you need. Stay tuned for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are joined with our love light, Emerald Garner, in this hour. And I was sharing before the commercial break, I said, Emerald just, she kind of breezed by in this conversation. Talking about in my book, and I said, wait, what? What? Emerald, please tell us all about your book.
Yeah, in 2022, I released my memoir. It's called Finding My Voice, and it was just a reflection and a journey through what happened, how I felt, what was going on. There's a lot of interviews with other survivors like Laura King. I've also spoken to Botham Jean's sister. Just some of my reflections on the work that I did with Trayvon Martin's brother, Javaris, with some of the survivors and the siblings of people who have the siblings and children of people who have lost people to police brutality. And when I start the book, it starts on the day that everything was happening. It was a regular old day, and then it leads up to the events of my father, and then it takes us through the aftermath, how the media, portrayed everything, how it took a toll on my mental health, having to tell interviewers like, hey, I don't want the video played. And I had to let them know before I get to the studio. And then sometimes having to walk out of interviews because they play the video. And I'm just like, you have all of this technology. You can play the video on the playback, or don't make sure that my headphones are not listening to the audio, and I just felt like it was just them trying to trigger an emotional reaction. And then I started to deem it as malicious. So now it's like, I've asked you, I put it out there, I've said it multiple times, and you're going to continue to do it. So now I have to start to shift. So now when that happened, like one interview, I had to walk out. I was like, okay, thank you. The interview is over. I do have other family members that you can speak to. And a lot of the times that's what happens. I'm just like, you know what? This is overwhelming for me. So people will reach out for interviews. And I'm like, listen, I have two brothers. I have a sister. I have my mom. My grandmother's out there. My aunt, all of these people, go talk to them, because right now I'm not the best person to talk to. And they'll just be like, I don't want to talk to them. And I'm just like, well, I don't want to talk to you. So what we going to do? And then we'll end up, becoming friends. So,
right.
So, so it'll just be like, and then they'll be like, all right, come on, Emma, just do it for me. And I'm just like, all right, cool, because you said it nicely.
You just mentioned your siblings. Well, first, I want to share this with you. Gary Bryant shares, Emerald, you are such a strong Black queen. What you're doing is so extremely phenomenal. So I wanted to share that with you. Thank you for that, Gary Bryant. But you just mentioned your siblings, and I've been thinking, how has everything that you all have gone through individually impacted your relationship with each other?
Oh, it's horrible. Like the whole family dynamic is horrible. Like it destroyed my family. At least on my father's side, anyway. My mom's side of the family, they still love me, but unfortunately, there was a lot of things that happened, a lot of things that transpired. And as you can see, I'm very boisterous. I express myself. I like to talk, and the culture is a child is to be seen and not heard. And what people forget to realize is that I was 22 when my father died, so I wasn't a child. So me talking wasn't out of the ordinary, and I just felt like there was a sense of how dare you, not really from my siblings, but I just feel like there could have been a better way of handling things. So it's just like now everybody's all over the place. Everybody's doing their own thing. There's no sense of unity within anything. There's really a large lack of support. And that's why I say like it's horrible. And I'm very transparent in the things, that I don't really touch on it too much in the book, because I just felt like I didn't want to talk about that in this read per se. Like I wanted people to see, like, listen, this thing happened. Like the relationship and everything is horrible, but the mission and the goal is still the same. So does that negate anything that any of my other family members or siblings are doing? Absolutely not. I just chose to do my stuff in a different way. I just chose to express myself in a different way. And whether that was screaming, yelling, protesting, walking out on the feds, having my own protest, laying on the ground in front of one police plaza, doing all of those things, that was my way of getting justice. And I didn't let anybody tell me that what I was doing was wrong. As long as I wasn't killing, stealing, or destroying, I didn't have any
Mhm.
devilish behavior. So I just did
Mhm.
everything that I felt I needed to do. And it turned into a book. It turned into this organization. It turned into my motivational speaking. It turned into going around and inspiring young people. And now really tapping into my talents because I have 3 kids to take care of. Nobody's helping me financially, including their fathers.
Right.
So I'm not getting the financial support that I need, the financial support that I deserve, but I work hard every day to make sure that we have the things that we have. We haven't been homeless. We haven't been, without the things, our basic necessities and then some. My children, they're very blessed. I tell them, y'all are very blessed to have the parent that you have because I don't take my money and go hang out with my friends. I make sure that y'all are right. And
Mhm.
sometimes I tell them, listen, your behavior is messed up. I'm going shopping because I like to tell her, I like to be served. So
Right.
I'll go and get all the shopping bags. Look, I could have bought y'all stuff, but look, I bought me some stuff. Look what I bought
No.
me. So, I make it to where like it's like, all right, let me do what I have to do. So, she
I
can go
understand
take us shopping and stuff. But I could buy you regular clothes. I buy you the same color outfit 5 times. I buy you 5 sweatsuits. That's what you're gonna wear. But it's just some of the things like my father used to do. You act up, you ain't getting them sneakers that you want. You can get some croquet. You go
Right.
you gonna get some what he used to call them rejects. He said you're gonna
Right.
get some rejects. You don't make good grades, so that's how we do things over here. So they're not missing that, the auntie not boiling, mommy not boiling, because
Right.
the love is still in that void, even though auntie ain't got no money like that. They
Right.
don't know. They
They
don't
don't
know.
no,
They
listen.
will
Listen.
never
They know you love them, and that's all that counts. That's
know.
all that matters.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. Emerald,
Right.
thank you so much, family. Can we find We Can't Breathe online?
Yes, it's www.wecan'tbreathe.net. There's a link to purchase your copy of my book. And any event that I have, if you bring the book, I will sign it for you. And then take a picture, and you can go on a nice, beautiful collage on our Finding My Voice book tour. I'm open for speaking engagements. I'm doing programming now. So if you have an organization that needs some that needs some emerald love for your young people, your young professionals, check in on our program, listen to our tutorials, look at our social media, follow us, donate. Everybody
You can
loves
do it all.
donations.
That's right. You can do it all. Emerald. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing your time, your
Thank
energy,
you.
your spirit, your space, your intention, your attention, and your love with us. I have so enjoyed your visit. I have so enjoyed your visit.
Thank you.
I applaud you, appreciate you, and just I will keep you and the family in prayer and all of your endeavors. I will keep you all in prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, family. You know what time it is. Oh, I hate that it's time to go, but just praising God from whom all blessings flow. Family, I'm going to ask each and every one of you that you continue to pray as we all need it. You hear me? I'm thanking each and every one of our guests and callers and you just for being here, just for being you, okay? For the love that you
Thank
share.
you.
Special thanks to the entire Word family, especially Nick and Niall for all that you do. Happy birthday once again to our love lights. Remember, family, that we are all in this together. So be good to you, but please be good to those around you. Be careful, but be kind. God loves you, and so do I. Yes, I do. Have a great rest of your night, and be sure to join us Monday through Thursday, 7 until 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family. Have a good night. Have a good night, and thank you for watching.